Hi, beautiful people. This is Ria. So, today I want to talk about a very sensitive and difficult subject that has affected me personally and many people I know around me, and many of my clients, many of the people I spoke with. It's about rising through the pain, turning hardship into strength when you have gone through something very horrible. It's hard to do that, and it's terrible to be stuck in that place of pain. And I really don't want this for you. It sucks. It's happened to me, and it really is brutal. And I do believe that we have to lift each other up to get out of that trance of being stuck in pain. So, here is what I have to say about it. Well, first of all, life can be unfair. Life can be cruel and downright devastating at times. That is what it is. But here's the truth, no one, and it's a brutal truth. Get ready for this. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just being real here. It's painful, but face your reality. No one is coming to save you. Nobody. You have to save yourself. And in this video, I'll share a roadmap for acknowledging your pain and owning your story and transforming your struggles into strength. So let's see if we can all rise together. So, first, step one, you need to acknowledge the pain. Give yourself space to feel deeply. It's important to honor how awful and unfair your situation is. And find your tribe. Not everybody will understand you, not everybody will agree with you, not everybody will recognize your pain, but you need a tribe. Find those who understand and support you, even if it's just a couple of people, and create a space where you can sit with the discomfort. Then feel it fully, all of it. Let yourself feel the pain. Let yourself feel the burn. Let it burn. Sit with it and let it hurt. Not forever, but for a while. Obsess over it for a while. Cry. Vent to your loved ones or therapist. Let it burn until it has no more power over you. Because everything is a cycle, and this power cycle will end. Let it happen. Now, step two, accept without judgment. Look at the situation objectively. This happened to me. This is where I am now because of these events. No judgment, no blame, just acknowledgement of reality. Now, second part of this, and it's a bit harder, is to own your part. Take responsibility for what you couldn't see or understand at the time. Not to beat yourself up, that's not the point, but to learn from it. Growth comes from reflection, not regret. So just sit with that. Then, and that's when things start to be really good and they start shifting. Step 3, shift the narrative. Change the perspective. Instead of saying, this happened to me, say, this happened for me. And that is very different. How can this hardship become a stepping stone for growth? What lessons can you extract from it? And you can always extract lessons, even from the cruelest of hardships, even from the worst of experiences. You can always use them as a stepping stone, and and you can always learn a lesson from them. Then, as my favorite poet Rumi, if you don't know about this Persian poet from the 13th century, please Google him. He is absolutely fabulous. But as he says in one of his poems, I don't remember the exact lines, but the one part that I remember is, find the light in the cracks. And I just love this for me and for you and for everybody. The wound is the place where the light enters you. How deep is that? Seriously. Really. Through the cracks, you can find this light. So your pain can literally become a portal to wisdom, to strength, and compassion. It can and it will if this is what you want to do with it. It will. I promise you that. Now, step four, because we can't just be stuck in just learning lessons and not taking action. Move forward with strength. Compartmentalize and bounce back. This happened to me, it hurts, whatever. You've done all of the steps, but now you're moving on. And it doesn't mean you're going to ignore it. It stays with you, it happened, but you are going to bounce back. Acknowledge hardship doesn't mean staying stuck in brokenness. When you stay stuck, you turn the hardship against yourself. Don't do this. Don't do this, please. Learn to carry your baggage without letting it weigh you down. We're going to do this in the first step for a little bit, but we're not going to let this happen forever. So now we bouncing back with the baggage. And then really, just please, people, keep this in mind. You need to do it yourself. And that is really important because when we are hurt, especially when we're going through something that's very unfair, we want people to recognize it. We want people to change the situation. We want it acknowledged because it was unfair and it was brutal and it was painful and all of that. But like I said before, and it's the sad truth, nobody's coming to rescue you. You are your own savior. You have the power to rise above this. Oh, and this makes me think of a quote, from another poet that I love dearly, Maya Angelou. Oh my goodness. Have you ever read the poem Still I Rise? Take a look at that and you will understand. Through all of the hardships, still I rise. And remember this, you can and you will rise if you decide to do so. And oh yeah, now I remember the line. I think she says something like, even after nights of terror and fear, we can rise. And that really rings a bell for me because I went through something very horrible not too long ago, and it haunted me. My nights, my sleep, everything was messed up until I could really say these words to myself and feel it all. And I've done all of these steps that I've given you. I have done this myself. I have tried this and it works. So try it and believe it and you will rise. And another thing that also helped me get through this hardship, and it's actually something that I have learned from my own coach. She had given me a book by Glennon Doyle called Untamed. If you don't know Glennon Doyle, again, Google her. I'm going to add all of these links in the video anyway. But once I read the book and I loved it, and then I Googled Glennon Doyle and I realized she had a podcast called, I think, We Can Do Hard Things. And that was like, this is such a simple truth, but it really triggered me in many ways because, yeah, we can. We can do hard things. Life is hard, but we can do hard things. And this is something I also taught my daughter from a very young age. She would get discouraged and frustrated because she was trying to do things and they were not working out. And I would always tell her, we can do hard things. We can. It's not always easy, but we can do hard things. And I do believe that Glennon Doyle is right. I mean, you are also capable of doing hard things. Everybody is. So I'm going to leave you with this, people. Please remember, pain is inevitable in life, but suffering is optional. And I remember how I learned this. It was many years ago. I was in my 20s. I was going through an awful breakup, and I was stuck in this pain, and it wasn't pleasant. And my very good, wise friend, Bruce, who is also a yoga and meditation teacher, told me at the time that I didn't have to be stuck in suffering, like that it was a mental decision that I could just let go. And I remember thinking, what the hell are you talking about? I'm in my 20s and I feel like this is the end of the world. I was so in love and now this is over and we broke up and I'm heartbroken. And he was like, yeah, I know, but you can let go of the suffering. Like, you obsessing over this and you staying stuck, you can decide to let go. And I was like, nonsense, like I can't. This is happening to me. I can't decide how to. And he's like, you can control your emotions. You can let go. And he actually taught me how. And I remember in the beginning, it was very simple. He was like, okay, you're obsessing over this breakup like 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day. Why don't you put a limit on it? Like, why don't you say, I am going to think about this only for an hour a day. Divide it up whichever way you want, but this is how much time you're going to give it yourself to really stay in that pain. And so And this is literally how I overcame this. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I went from like whatever an hour a day to like 30 minutes, to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes until I was done. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be stuck in suffering. I'm done. If this is optional, I'm out. Who wants this for themselves? So anyway, the lesson here is feel it all, let it burn, acknowledge it, then learn from it, and then rise above it. You are stronger than you think. And every crack in your life lets the light in. So today, decide to rise, not despite your pain, but because of it. And you know the drill, people. If nobody has told you this today, you are loved unconditionally because you deserve this self love that you're going to give yourself. I'll talk to you all very soon.